Welcome back everyone to another Blade and Sorcery video. Today is June 17th and that means that today is Blade and Sorcery's first anniversary since Crystal Hunt has come out. Yes, it's already been a full year since Crystal Hunt is out. So today, for Blade and Sorcery's first anniversary, I'm going to be doing an ultimate beginner's guide for anyone who hasn't played the game, who should get the game, because it's really fun. So, let's get into this beginner's guide. If you want to see more Blade and Sorcery videos just like this, make sure you hit that sub button for me. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button as well. Let's start with the beginner's guide. So first I want to start with this house. This is where you first spawn in. Over here we have the map. You can quick teleport to any of these two locations here, where we can go straight to the travel map, or we can go straight to the Crystal Hunt gate over here. If we click on this, we can head over here right away. Now this is vital to Crystal Hunt, but for now I'm going to be doing Sandbox, and we're going to check out the travel map just in a sec. And this is where we can put our weapons. This is just a random weapon I got, so we can just set it right here and it will holster it for us, and we can just grab it whenever we want. And here we have a table and a bench. Now what we can do is we can break stuff. So some things are completely breakable in this game. Not the weapons though. Weapons are not breakable unless you download mods. And you can still grab these pieces however you like. Now over here, this is where you usually change your armor and your clothing. What you have to do here is just hover over a piece of armor or clothing. You'll see it glow in the mirror. Grab it, and that's it. And you do the same when you put it on. Just there we go. Next we have the Sandbox weapon book here. First let's start with the daggers. So here we have tier 0 goes up to tier 4. So the tiers, what do they mean? When there is a tier on a weapon, it describes their ability to hold an imbue, which I'll get to in a bit. But right now we're gonna look at the weapons. So we have a throwing dagger, meant for throwing, obviously. Then we have an Irradian dagger, meant for stabbing. But you can also throw, if you know how to throw well. And with the throwing dagger, you can hold it upside down by the blade. And here we have the wrist blade. Now what's special about the wrist blade is that you can imbue it while you're holding the weapon. So it's going to be something like this. There we go. Now we have it fire imbued. And now we're going to have it lightning imbued. Now we're going to have it gravity imbued. Next we have the swords. So we have a sickle. It's a very common weapon. Next we have the falchion. Now I kind of discovered this by trial and error. If you use this part of the handle of the falchion, you can actually zipline with this, which is pretty cool. Then you have the long sword. This is a two-handed sword. It's a little slower to use, but it does way more damage and you have a lot more range. Next we have the rapier. Yeah, no, you can't really swing with this. You're gonna have to poke him. Then we have the max tier weapon. This is the Lord's Sword. This is one of the swords that can hold an imbue the longest. Next we have the great swords. Now these are gigantic ones. These are a bit more heavy than the two-handed ones that we just went over. And I think it has a better chance of dismembering enemies as well. Then we're going on to the Slaughter Sword. Yeah, this is one mega sword right here. And you can also grip the sword right here. You can kind of half sword it. I think that's what it's called. Make sure to handle this with only two hands and have clean swings. If you go too fast, it's gonna get weird. If you go too slow, obviously no damage. Now we're going on to the axes. So first we have the pickaxe, common pickaxe. Now this is really heavy. It does not hold any imbues. It's tier 0, which means it cannot be imbued. Then we have a hoe. YouTube, don't demonetize me. Yes, that is called a garden hoe. It is a garden hoe. Then there is the old hatchet. I would use this to throw. Sometimes it's good. Also because the axe head is kind of small and it might feel a bit weird to hit enemies with it. So I would just throw this whenever I see it. Next we have the ancient pickaxe. This is made out of stone and it is heavy. Holy, this has to be the heaviest axe I've ever carried during Crystal Hunts. So yeah, just be aware, this weapon is kind of heavy. Then we have the Bardiche. I think that's how you pronounce it, the Bardiche. It's got a really long head, so you can't really miss with it. And you can also grab it from here, which I think you can just This is meant for close combat, I guess. And lastly, this is the max tier axe. It's a two-handed long axe. Both sides and the tip can do damage, so you can use this as a spear, sorta. It's a spear axe hybrid. Speaking of, we're heading right into the spears. First, we have the pitchfork. I want to show you the pitchfork real quick. It's actually fun to use. The only tier 0 weapon I would really love to keep using. Then we have the javelin, a spear meant for throwing. And if you have good aim, then you're going to be hitting really good clips with the javelin. Just don't lose it. Next, we have the bladed staff. Now, this staff in previous updates, this used to be in the exotic category because it was a double-headed staff. Now, if you know how to handle a staff, you can do some staff spins or something like that. But with fast weapon handling, it's a mod. You can easily do those tricks. But when you try to move the staff with one hand, it's gonna be really heavy. So make sure you use both hands for this. Then we have the sentry spear, which I haven't used yet. I prefer using the double-bladed staff. I'm more of a staff guy rather than a spear guy. Next, we have the blunt weapons. First, we have a rock. That's pretty much all you can do with the rock. And I guess it has the Captain America ability. Holy. Next, we have the rake. Yes, okay. Yeah, this thing can break, by the way. You can just, if you have some trauma to it, give me a sec. Okay, I swear it can break. It can break. I saw it break during one of my ziplining videos. Next, we have the studded cudgel. It's just your good old club to use. It's a beginner club. The ancient maul. Yeah, this is a pretty heavy one. But with blunt weapons, the heavier the better. You can launch your enemies even farther, but this weapon can be a bit slow to use. Then there is a shovel, also kind of heavy to use. Next we have the war maul. So when you think of blunt weapon, this is the weapon that is going to pop up in your head. Then we have the maces. There is a smaller version of this, and there's a little spike on top. It's just another upgraded whacking stick. Finally, we have the crow's beak. This is the long version of the knightly pick. So this counts as both a hammer and a sort of a scythe type weapon, mini scythe. You can hit with this as well, and you can also stab your enemies. So it's a 3-in-1. It's a 3-in-1 weapon. Next, we have the ranged weapons. Here we have the bow and arrows. So this is how the max tier level bow looks like. And these are the max tier level arrows. Let's go outside for a minute. And if you want to feel cool, you can just put it to the side. Also shoots well. In my opinion, I think this is a way better orientation to shoot the bow and arrow. I find it easier. Next, we have the staffs. Now, the staffs are meant for sorcery. Now, you can use this staff to channel your spells through it. So let's say we can imbue with fire. These are meant to be imbued. These are useless if they're not imbued. Press the Alt Use button, which is your spell wheel button, and you have a staff ability. Now you need to upgrade the crystal associated with the spell to unlock staff abilities, but there is a staff ability I think is available even without upgrading. When you imbue your staff, you can just slam it on the ground. Looks like this staff can only have one use of the ground slam ability. Okay, now this is the Master's Staff, the tier 4 staff, which means it can probably withstand 4 ground strikes. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Yeah, so it's only 4. Now let's try gravity. What does that do? It creates a shockwave. If you press the Alt Use button, you can grab stuff with it. Now for lightning, it stuns everyone in your area. You have a lightning arc, which instantly, or sometimes isn't instantly, dismembers enemies. So this is a pretty powerful staff ability to use. And lastly, for our weapon section, we have the shields. So this one, yeah, this is just a barrel top. Then we have the tribal shield. It gives you a little bit more body coverage. The infantry shield. Now, you see, with this one, you can imbue it. It's a tough shield as well, so you can use this for parrying. Now with a watchman shield, this is a good beginner's shield. So yeah, you can imbue it from here. You can bash people with it. There's a little more space here to actually go melee, it's got really good shield throwing. It's actually crazy how they made Captain America shield throwing a base game ability. Now the Duelist Buckler, so this is an offensive shield. Now it does defend you, but you're gonna have to use this little spike here for counterattacks. So if they miss an attack, you can just pop this in their face. But then we have the Partisan Shield. So this is a defense and offense hybrid. So as you can see, we can hold the shield normally, but then we have a second grip right here, which we can switch to, where we just bash them. And this part also stabs, so you can deal a lot more damage here. Next, we have the equipment section. So we have consumables. These are the things that you want to eat when you're running low on health. You just put them by your mouth and you automatically eat them. The apple is the best consumable here, but then we have a health potion. You're gonna have to pop the cork and just spill it all over your head, and you should be getting more health. And there is a blue bar over here that tells you how much is left. So be careful how much you use when you lose health. Next, we have the utilities. We have a torch. If you want to light up a place that's really dark, I haven't really found that many uses for. I mean, if you turn on high contrast, super high contrast, then yeah, you might need this. Then we have the zip line wheel. So here I have my zip line wheel, and what you want to do, you want to put it on this side right here. Slowly roll it away, and there you go. You are zip lining. And if you want to increase the speed of zip lining, you can hold forward on the L stick. And now we're going super fast. Next, we have our crystals. Now, this is what makes Crystal Hunt. So, the goal of Crystal Hunt, you want to collect these crystals. You want to unlock more spells. And every time you beat a golem, you get one of these. Now, one of these can turn into one of these. And two of these can turn into one of these. And so one of these can give you more spells. But if you get another one of these, tier 1, tier 2, you get a bigger one of these. And this is the biggest that it can get. This is a tier 3 body crystal. With the tier 3 body crystal, you're going to be able to unlock a lot more spells. And fun fact, this has a hitbox, so you can stab people with this end of the lightning crystal. Also, you want to find many of these. These crystals are going to be in the regular dungeon runs during Crystal Hunt. And what these do, these crystals allow you to upgrade your abilities from the crystal, and you need plenty of them, because when you get to tier 3, it's going to start getting expensive, so you need to keep an eye out for these. Then we have your valuables. So your valuables is what you're going to find during your regular crystal hunts, and you are going to be selling them for money. Then we have the props for Sandbox. This is only available in Sandbox. These are just many of the objects that you'll find throughout Blade and Sorcery. Now your apparel. Now each tiered piece of clothing gives you different attributes. It can weaken one side, but it can also strengthen another one. If you just put your hand near your chest, you can just grab the orb and you can access what's in your pocket. So this is what you can grab from here. You can just, let's say I'm hungry, I want to eat an apple. You just grab the apple from here, grab the apple, there we go. Pull it out, eat it, throw it away. Now over here you can see your health for Crystal Hunt and your focus. Your focus is what allows you to go into slow motion. Now if I press the Y or B button on my Oculus controllers, you go into slow motion. Now you can't really tell right now, but I am in slow motion. But I mean, you can't tell from the slow motion jump. And there's only a limited amount of slow motion that you can get. Now this is your armor protection. Based on what I have on right now, it's my signature look. These are the benefits that I get for my armor. Now the armor modifiers. Now this is what you want to consider when you change your armor. Spellcasting. Now what this attribute does is it changes the speed of casting spells. So if this is just one square, it's going to be taking a long while for a fireball to come out. But when this is 5 squares, you can expect the fireball to come out right away. So you can make different builds, like a wizard build, a slow motion build, a fast build. Oh yeah, and then there's a description here. If you hover over the items that you have, you can see their sell value, and you can also see how many stars they each give you in your armor. Now that just about covers everything for the sandbox book. Now let's go into the next room over here. Now this is going to be your crystal altar. Let me show you how it works. So what you want to do is grab any crystal, any of these colored crystals. You want to put them in a cup holder over here. Now this is how you can upgrade your crystals. So you grab a little orb here, and you can hold it, and you unlock that ability. Now if you hold the orbs, you can see the descriptions of each of them, and these are your core abilities. You're gonna need to get these to unlock the little orbs around them. And also you can check out hybrid abilities that crystals have, because they have a hybrid orbital over here. If you want to see every single crystal ability in Blade and Sorcery thoroughly explained and demonstrated, I'm going to be leaving a link below to that video in the description, or you can check it out right here. Right here, there's going to be a little banner here. Now let's head outside finally. Let's see, where do I start? Well, first we have a planet and we have a star. This is where you're going to be doing your crystal hunts. But since we're in sandbox, it's going to be a bit different. We have different stages here. We have the arena, canyon, town square, citadel, outpost, Dalgarian, and sanctuary. Now your outposts and Dalgarian dungeons, these are going to be where you want to do your dungeon runs. You can change the enemy factions from easiest to hardest, and you can change how long they can be. Now the Dalgarian dungeons, this is where you can fight the golem boss battle at the end of the dungeon. You can make it however difficult you want it to be. And now the sanctuary, citadel, town square, and arena, those are going to be your sandbox maps. Water physics, you can swim. Just motion your hands like you're swimming and easy. Now let's take a short tour around the island now. So this is behind the house. We have a little chicken coop, some butterflies, more scenery. Then we have some tower ruins, another zipline over there. And this is where the grand zipline is. Now this area is going to be your tutorial area. So when you start the Blade and Sorcery tutorial, if you choose to, you're going to be starting near that boat over here. So let's see if we can hijack this area. Whoa, whoa. Ah, there we go. Which way? Ah, okay, so we're going this way. So you're going to go through this area, you're going to go through some enemies. It's gonna lead you to here. Now if you go over this side, you're gonna find some more zip lines that lead you down to your house. So let's head into the first map, the arena. This is the most classic map in Blade and Sorcery. So yeah, this is going to be the arena. You have some traps here, some pikes, some rocks that you can throw around. Oh, and also if you want to get up here, you can climb. To climb, what you want to do is grab the edges of something and just hold the grip button. That's how you climb. All you have to do is just launch yourself up if you want to get up to a location you want to go. Or you can also press the jump button. Okay, so now we're gonna look at all of the waves in the wave book. So we have combat practice for the newbies. For the Blade and Sorcery newbies, here we have a duel. Then we have outnumbered, which is a 3v1. Archer combat if you want to practice your archery. Then we have the enemy classes. We have outlaws, which have standard, melee only, ranged, and simple. Then we have wild folk. Oh, there's some more for wild folk. Well, there's a gladiator duel. A riding kingdom, which has soldiers and sorcery. Then the eye, which has, oh, they have gentries in this one, and sorcerers as well. And then we have special. We have your special waves. These are the abnormal ones. So we have Circle of Death. So enemies are going to be surrounding you and random ones are going to be attacking you. Progressive Gauntlet. So this is your classic gauntlet mode. So enemies are going to keep getting more difficult the more you kill. Then Defend the Townsfolk. Some NPCs are going to be friendly. You do not kill everyone. And I mean, do not kill everyone. Defend the VIP. It's going to be a 1v20. You're going to be defending one NPC from 20 enemy NPCs. And then we have Defend the VIP hard. Then we have the Swordsman Brawl. Swordsman Brawl, it's literally just a sword fight. It's just a full-on sword fight. Then Swordsman Duel. let's start with a simple one. So I'm gonna do outnumbered. So your enemies are gonna be spawning from these gates over here. Oh, there we go. And yeah, when the round ends, no more enemies are going to be showing up. And it's even going to tell you in the book. So yeah, I won the fight. The fight ended. And I think it's about time I teach you about enemy anatomy. Well, let's start with this corpse over here. So enemies have these grabbing points. Sort of these joints that you can grab them from. So one of them is at their ankles. Then the other one is at their wrists. Then you can grab their shoulders and also their head. You got 2 grips on the head, and you can also grab them by the neck. Oh yeah, and there are 2 by the waist, so you can do like, I don't know, wrestling moves. But yeah, you can just throw them around. Ah! Oh yeah, make sure to take advantage of the environment traps. So if I want to dismember someone easily, I'm gonna have to use the greatsword. If they can let me dismember. Ah! And you have to be precise with your swings. And also, if you want an easy dismemberment, you can also turn on slow-mo if you have slow-mo available. But the time when you want to dismember is, you know, obviously to kill them. It's kind of useless to dismemberment after the killing. Unless you're a psycho and you want to see the dismemberment, then yeah, go ahead. Go crazy. Come on. You can also counterattack. There we go. Now that is a clean dismemberment. That's what you want to do in the fight. There we go. Now we have a clean decap and it's time for us to move on. Also, I forgot to mention, when you're selecting an arena in sandbox, you can either choose sandbox mode, which we already covered, or survival. So we're going to try survival on the canyon. So in survival, you're going to have these 3 pillars come up with 3 random weapons. And what you want to do is choose one of them, and you're going to be stuck with that weapon till the end of the round. If you live to see the end of the round. Ah! Huh. Huh. Let's play one more. Let's see, what are we working with here? Okay, let's try sorcery only. So as you can see, gravity is a very powerful spell. I mean, very powerful. There we go. Now this is the arc whip, which can sometimes instantly dismember, as you can see right here. Crazy work. I guess I'm done with this stage now. Alright, let's move on to Town Square. Now, the Town Square here used to be called the Village. No, the Market. Yeah, the Market. And it used to be a daytime map. Let's take a look around the new Town Square. So we have some items here. We have the wave book. Then we have a book. And over here we have the famous well. Now, my favorite thing to do with enemies is just throw them down the well. Probably like send a meteor down there to finish them off. You can also go down the well, and in case you fall down the well, there is a rope over here. Oh, and these, you can just swing from these. If you use the L stick to go back and forth repeatedly, you'll get the momentum you want, and you can swing. And this is the back area. That's pretty much it for the market. Also, there is a rope back here, which means you can access this top part. Next, we have the Citadel. So the Citadel is a huge map. I don't know if it's already been added to Nomad yet. So let's take a tour around this gigantic map. Fun fact, you can move the sword from the king here if you're careful with it, and also you can spin it with the spin ability. You'll learn about the spin ability in my other video. Here we have a ladder, which means we can go up here, and you are going to be seeing a zip line. Let's make our way around here now. This is the back of the citadel, and here we have quick access to the top with this rope. Short bridge leading to another wave book and item book over here. Now if we make our way over here, we can climb up the ladder, do some parkour, see if I can grab onto the hook. Whoa, come on, please, 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 please. There we go. So I guess we're gonna have to climb up here, grabbing the edges, you know. And we are met with this fireplace and this trapdoor that doesn't work yet. If we want to go back down, we have a zip line. We have 2 more stone swords with the statues, some more props, a quick access ladder to the top. Then we have a smaller parkour area down here at the bottom for a very special reason, which I'm going to cover in just a bit. And now we are back at the top. This is a secret area here. Behind the bushes, these are going to be the Citadel catacombs. I'm going to be using fire for this. This is one of the reasons why you have the torch. Now, if you're brave enough to go through these dark, scary catacombs, you're gonna find your way through different areas of the Citadel. And the catacombs stretch from one end all the way to the other. So we should be finding, here we go, here is another exit of the catacombs. Oh wait, can we grab this? Yes, we can. I guess there are already pre-placed torches around here. And I think that covers the entire Citadel map. For our last sandbox map, we have the Sanctuary. Now, this map used to be the ruins, but for 1.0, it was changed to the Sanctuary, and it's got a lot more stuff now. So let's check out the first floor, then we're gonna check out the second. So here we have some traps around the corners. We have a fire, which we can light enemies on fire. Oh, then we have a chandelier. If we unhook this, you can use this to take out many enemies. If you want to reset it, you're gonna have to manually reset it or just restart the level. Let's see if I can manually reset it. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it up there. So yeah, we have a short library with some more, you guessed it, props. Then we can go around the corner, do some parkour. Ooh, whoa, whoa. All right, I need to show you guys something. I didn't discover this until a bit later, but if you climb up this rope, you have a little secret area here where you can just jump enemies. And there is a hook. Oh, I guess you can also climb all the way up here as well. So I guess now we're gonna head into that one part I wanted to talk about now. Now this is a mini dungeon under the map. Now this is another place where you can fight your enemies. I haven't really used this map much, but yeah, there is another wave book and an item book, so you can have a lot of fun in this area here. Now we have one more level to go over, and it is another lower level. We have more traps here, and we have, I guess, 2 smaller swords? No, these swords you cannot move. But yeah, this is the lowest level, and I hope someone can translate this. Well then, let's make it back up the top. And there you have it. That is all of the Sanctuary map. Now this is another map. This is going to be your Crystal Hunt shop. Now this is a quick map where you can access the dungeons that you want to do in Crystal Hunt. You have an item book as well. But over here we have a special guest with us. This is the Baron. Now this is where you can buy stuff from him, and also where you can sell stuff. So remember that that valuables table here. So let's say you've already looted a dungeon, right? And you come back and you want to buy some stuff. Well, you have copper coins that you got from a dungeon. You just place it on this table and you click sell. And once you sell, you can grab items, whichever you like, put them on this table right here, and buy. Now this is mine. And there is absolutely no way how you can steal them unless you have mods. Now over here you have a certain selection of weapons that you can choose from, and these weapons will refresh every few dungeons as well. So if you want to cycle through something you might want, then you're gonna have to beat a lot of dungeons. What happens if you kill the Baron? Now, if you kill the Baron, you just restart. Simple, right? No penalty, you just kill the Baron. You know, sometimes it happens. Now, if you go around here, you will see, I guess, home. This is where he sleeps. Here's a little Jonathan as well. Time to cook the Jonathan. Some rotisserie chicken for me, because I am hungry as hell. Hey chicken, have you seen a black hole before? Now usually if you're doing Crystal Hunt for the first time, you're going to be able to see the Baron's hat sitting right here. Okay, congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now what do you get? You get one more secret from me. So if you go over here to props and you scroll all the way down here, you're going to see cup. Now you're going to want to get this cup, and it's going to be a very special cup because you're going to look under it, right? And you're going to see the Warp Frog logo. Now what happens when you put it in the altar? This cup is a secret crystal, and this crystal has cup bending abilities. And there are 2 cup bending abilities that you can use. You just spawn a cup. You can throw them, and they're actually bombs, which is crazy. Now, when you when you merge the cups together, it becomes a cup swarm. That is going to be all for my ultimate beginner's guide for Blade and Sorcery. Now, I didn't show everything completely, which is why I'm going to be making several of these videos. It's going to be a little mini series for the first anniversary of Blade and Sorcery, and this is only part 1. So if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more Blade and Sorcery anniversary videos, make sure you hit that sub button, and if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button so other people can learn how to play Blade and Sorcery and have fun with this game. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This will be all for today, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!